This is a video explaining part 3 of the experiment in the calculations, how to calculate the heat of reaction for this chemical reaction which you performed. Solid magnesium reacting with hydrochloric acid to form aqueous magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. So this reaction, it's an exothermic reaction, energy is released. So Q of the reaction is the thermal energy transferred out of the system being the chemical reaction. And it's going into two places. It's going into the solution and it's going into the calorimeter. So we can say negative Q of the reaction is equal to Q of the solution plus Q of the calorimeter. Now here the solution isn't just water. The solution after the reaction is complete contains aqueous magnesium chloride. So its specific heat capacity isn't quite going to be 4.184. I give you its specific heat capacity in a moment. The Q of the solution is just the specific heat of the solution, which I just talked about, times the mass of the solution, which you weighed in your experiment. It's in the procedure, times delta T of the solution. And Q of the calorimeter is the same calorimeter constant that you measured in part 1 times change in temperature of the. So the values you plug into here, specific heat capacity of the solution you should take as 3.983 joules per gram degrees Celsius. The change in temperature of the solution is the final temperature, which you get from a graph I'll show you in a different video, minus the initial temperature of the solution, which you measured in the lab. It's in the procedure. Change in temperature of the calorimeter, again, same final temperature from the graph, minus the initial temperature of the solution, because once more, we're assuming because the calorimeter and the solution were in contact, that whatever the initial temperature of the solution was, that's the initial temperature of the calorimeter. Plug these values in and you can get your Q of reaction. And so to get the Q of reaction for this reaction, just negative Q of the solution plus Q of the calorimeter. Get the heat of reaction, the change in enthalpy for this reaction. All you do is you take the Q of the reaction, which you got up here, divide by the number of moles of magnesium. In this reaction, it's set up so that magnesium is the limiting reagent. And there's 1 mole in the balanced equation. So the moles of magnesium, to put in here, all you do is you take the mass of magnesium, which you got in your experiment, it's in the procedure, divided by the molar mass of magnesium.